Why glass? Glass has been present in my life since I was 5 years old. My father once managed a glassworks, and I remember running around the factory hall after kindergarten, where 120 workers were employed. The hot molten glass traveling above a small child's head wasn't particularly safe, so my father arranged for a supervisor, Mr. Henyo, an experienced glass technologist. He taught me how to gather glass from the furnace, showed me where I could and couldn't go. My studio is located right by the sidewalk, so anyone passing by can see what's happening inside. People can come in anytime, take a look at what we're making. Glass is a unique material. It can be used for packaging, decorations, lamps. It disperses light beautifully and is an excellent material for recycling. It can be endlessly processed, although it does lose some quality, but it can always be refined, so to speak. Many associate glass with fragility, and indeed it's not an easy material to shape or craft objects from. That's a fact. However, once you work with glass for a while, you realize how incredibly malleable it is. It constantly requires motion. You need to keep rotating the blowpipe with the glass attached to it, which also demands physical strength. When working with glass using the glass blowing method, you can't leave it for later. Another technique I use is fusing, which is the process of melting glass in completely different kilns than the one you see behind me. These are flat kilns, and we don't manipulate the glass while it's hot. The mold is made cold, and then the glass is fused onto these molds. This opens up a world of possibilities. I create glass doors, fountains, sinks, and other large-scale products. My greatest satisfaction comes from creating large projects such as glass facades, fountains, or mosaics. These are physically demanding, but the final effect is always worth the effort. I try to make each piece different. That's what makes them unique. There are no two identical glasses, bottles, vases, or goblets. They share a similar character, but each one is distinct. Many of my products find homes all over the world. In Australia, the United States, Norway, Sweden, and many other countries. One of the recent pieces I remember is a large jellyfish lamp that went to Australia. I also make bent mirrors, which can be considered wall sculptures. These pieces are created using fusing, not glass blowing. The glass is melted in a special furnace, then shaped and coated to achieve a mirrored effect. The concept of lamps is vast. I could show you a lot of them. I create modular 30 by 30 by 30 glass lamps, irregular glasses that refract light beautifully. Bottles, decanters, thick and heavy goblets that look stunning on a table, as well as candle holders and vases, all of which we produce daily. Glass is a wonderful artistic material. You can create so many things with it, but it also has its rules. Some designs are impossible, while others are extremely difficult to achieve, but the results are always rewarding. I draw inspiration from nature. Branches, bark, straw, and twigs are often used to create molds, which I then blow glass into to achieve a unique, one-of-a-kind effect. Most of my work leans toward architectural forms, doors, sinks, and similar pieces, but I occasionally make smaller items like glass jewelry, including earrings and pendants, which are quite popular. I've noticed a return to glass with many imperfections, which aren't really flaws, but rather proof of the uniqueness of the product. There are small bubbles, the piece isn't perfectly even, it's slightly warped. This is the direction everything seems to be heading, or at least that's how I feel. Why I work here alone? Because, in reality, there are no glass specialists, no people who could lend me a hand with what's happening here. People come to my workshops and often stay after workshops and try to help me. Why are there no trained glassworkers today? It's because schools teaching glassmaking no longer exist. That's why I organize workshops, to teach people or at least ignite a passion for glasswork. Our company is already 101 years old. We consider 1923 the year of our founding, although documents suggest that Polish Glassworks signed their founding agreement in 1919. We celebrated our centennial in 2023 and stick to that date in our records. We see that these trends return every 15 to 20 years. Not long ago, the most respected and desirable products were those heavily decorated, very colorful, and often exaggerated. Now, everything has shifted towards minimalism, toward a Scandinavian style. However, we are now increasingly seeing a return of colors and rich embellishments. As a result, we are also introducing more richly decorated products into our offer more and more often. When it comes to the number of designs and patterns, there are over 550,000 projects and 60,000 unique, individual patterns available here to view. But since we sell over 80 million pieces of glass every year, we also need to have a vast number of designs, both the old, historical ones that often inspire us, the new ones that align with current trends, and those that are very modern, sometimes even ahead of the trends. We specialize in designing molds for both manual and automatic production. Our task is precisely the creation of new patterns, new forms, and the exploration of new effects and color combinations. The design process starts with a sketch on paper, which I then transfer into a graphic program. There I refine the form. This program has many possibilities. It can calculate volume and generate a technical drawing. The drawing follows a specific scheme and includes dimensions like diameter, height, tolerances, capacity. That's what this whole process is about. I have many successful projects to my name that have gained popularity among clients worldwide and have been showcased at global exhibitions, including Expo in Dubai. One of my most prominent projects is the Samara vase. It became a milestone for the Krosno glassworks because it was produced in various colors, with over 25,000 pieces made. It was even exhibited alongside Karim Rashid, an icon of global design, as we shared space at the same exhibition. I love glass for its magic. For me, it's almost a metaphysical phenomenon. I feel as though I am taming the elements because the birth of glass involves fire, high temperatures, air, and water. It truly is magic. We are artists, but we always respect the classic forms that are characteristic of our hand production tradition. At the same time, we enrich these forms with minimalist and modern effects. We strive for a minimalist style because it always stands the test of time, making the form timeless and suitable for any interior. Our glass is, I believe, quite easy to recognize in a store for one simple reason. It radiates a certain glow. It's not the usual shine of reflected light, but a glow that reflects human effort, craftsmanship, and the heart poured into creating each piece. When designing our products, we always think about every customer and every market. We are constantly looking for new solutions, including advancements in glass technology. While the first and most fundamental, beautiful tradition is handmade production, crafted by numerous artisans and artists who work tirelessly, we also cannot overlook the importance of modern technologies. Glass is a material that is hard to define because it is not a solid. It is essentially a liquid in a solid state. It is also fascinating to work with and shape, which is why most of my colleagues, including myself, who have been captivated by glass, have worked in this industry for many years. Glass from Krosno is distinguished by its exceptional clarity. We produce glass of the highest transparency using the finest raw materials, including first-grade sand, specifically grade A, which is the highest quality. The glass we use for stemware and handmade production is crystalline, an artificial crystal known for its top-class optics, clarity, and transparency. From a production perspective, over the years, the focus has shifted towards stretching stemware, glasses with a pulled stem that reflect handmade production. Previously, for example, we operated 2 production lines for pressed stemware. But in 2020, we changed our production profile, transitioning all pressed glass production to stretched stemware. As I mentioned, this product belongs to a higher tier. A stretched stem glass differs from a pressed stem glass in that the connections between the bowl and the stem, as well as the stem and the base, are invisible. It can be described as a seamless, uniform structure. In contrast, a pressed stem glass has a distinctive, special, and often unconventional stem shape. With the stretching method, the stem will always be straight and oval, while with pressed glasses, we can emboss unique patterns on the stem according to the client's specific requests. The scope of the word design encompasses more than aesthetics. It's about creating products that are functional while also carrying an appealing form and defined usability. This principle guides the creation of our products, where we focus on ensuring they are designed thoughtfully from start to finish. We prioritize promoting our own designers and unique patterns, but we also collaborate with professionals from fields like architecture, fashion, and interior design. We aim to select designers who align with specific markets and target customers. We always strive to stand out and create something that builds trends. Our goal is to position Krosno and the Polish glass industry as trendsetters. Our brand is an icon of Polish design, and we are proud of it. With 101 years of history, we are well known across Poland and globally. However, we work tirelessly to maintain our position as number one. We take pride in our presence in 69 countries worldwide. Our largest markets include the United States, Australia, Brazil, Mexico, and Canada, and we are also established in China. We are now in one of the buildings of the Glass Center, specifically in the pre-entrance cellars, which are old parts of former merchant cellars that have been renovated. Most of these cellars date back to the 16th century. Today, we are here with glass because we are in the Glass Heritage Center, a facility that opened 12 years ago in 2012. And its mission is to protect, promote, and disseminate knowledge about Krosno glass. As you can easily verify online, the history of Krosno glass is not very long, as the first glassworks, which still exists today and is likely the largest facility in Poland producing glass using traditional craftsmanship, was founded in 1923. Thanks to the uniqueness of the glass, its crystal clarity, and excellent forms, Krosno has gained worldwide fame, and today, in many countries, Krosno has become synonymous with glass and vice versa. The collections of the Glass Heritage Center feature various types of glass. We have artistic glass, as well as decorative and utility glass, sometimes referred to as household glass, both historical and contemporary. Glass is not just windows, doors, or glasses and plates. Glass also includes artistic works, such as unique pieces created by many artists. Here, on this small exhibition, we have works by Agnieszka Leśniak-Banasiak, Professor Kazimierz Pawlak, as well as Patti Dubiel and Marta Wojciechowska, who lives nearby. These pieces often combine wood and glass. Next to these works, there is a piece by Beata Stankiewicz-Ścierbik, an artist working in Krosno. While working at the glassworks, Jerzy Maraj learned wonderful engraving techniques, which he then used in his own glass artwork. We can also show one of his art pieces, a small chapel-like form. There is also a small glass form by Patryk Ilo, who is not only a designer, but also a creator of more artistic glass forms. In the next showcases, we can see older glass forms. The projects, such as those featuring blue, are the work of Jerzy Maraj. On the left side, we have examples of Janina Szopa's glass, with double forms that also serve as vases, but can also be purely decorative. Below, you can see some of the most popular vases, highly praised and sought after. Here we have an example of collaboration between a glassworker and a designer. This young man is Jerzy Maraj. In the next showcase, we again have older forms, this time by Maria Wierdak, one of the designers who worked here since the 1970s. She retired from the glassworks. On the left, we have one of the few preserved timeless designs, the work of Przewód Sarnecki, who worked in Krosno for 10 years at the glassworks. On the walls, there are also fragments of old photos, reminding us of how glassworkers once worked. These are works by Magdalena Wójcik, and below you can see her designs from the 2000s. On the other side, there is a beautiful set of tableware. Let me point out one more set, which is also quite elaborate. Here we only have a few parts. This is one of Patryk Ilo's latest projects for the Krosno glassworks.
To jest właśnie jeden z ostatnich jego projektów dla krośnieńskiej huty.
Where translucent milk glass, red ruby, and black glass create an ultra-modern effect. However, I think that in 10 to 15 years, this glass will still hold up well, and anyone who owns such a set will always feel comfortable in its presence. Glass is exceptionally unique because it is fragile. When people are aware of how it is made and know what they hold in their hands, when people are aware of how it is made and know what they hold in their hands, they gain respect and distance for it. Additionally, glass works with light, so no matter how many times one sees the same glass, it always looks different. Glass is inherently beautiful. Glass is a material that surrounds us everywhere, and in many cases, it goes unnoticed. Glass simply exists.